Okay, I'm with John Flynn, the Director of Conrad Gargett. Conrad Gargett's one of the oldest and longest standing architectural firms in Queensland. And John, you've done a lot of work in the heritage space as well as the residential space. Give us a bit of an insight into your business.
So as you mentioned, we're one of the oldest architectural practice. We have about 100 people in Queensland, and we specialise in residential, aged care, commercial, healthcare, and obviously heritage we're standing in front of today. It's one of our key capabilities.
So we're standing in front of the Old Burleigh Theatre. There's been a bit of controversy over how it was going to shape up, and this has been a big project for you. So give us a bit more detail about some of the heritage or cultural elements that are being retained for this building.
So the Burleigh Theatre was the cultural heart of Burleigh from the 1930s through to the 1955, I guess it was, and then slowly became more of a cinema. And then in the 70s it got converted to the retail arcade we see here now. And a lot of people still remember the restaurants and bars in the old building. So we're very keen to protect that heritage and legacy of the community gathering in the building. Very keen to collect the history and explain that history inside the building. So as people come in to wine and dine and hang out in the public space in the middle of the building, they'll be aware of how significant this building was to Burleigh and the development of Burleigh, and now becoming a new part of the history of the building. Okay,
and your client, Waya Holdings, they're a Sydney-based development company. What was their brief to you? I mean, they were obviously pretty keen to meet community expectations on this project.
They obviously bought the building before it was heritage listed, and they have embraced the idea of preserving that cultural heritage of the building, and they're really passionate about preserving it and making sure that we did a great job in delivering that adaptive reuse of a heritage listed building, or building with heritage listed components. We've done a couple of projects now where you go out to the community and invite them to send back their memories of the building, and I'm sure the residents of Burleigh have all got different memories of this fantastic building, and we'll be keen to share that, and we'll put that up on videos, put it up pictorially in the building as well, so people come back, they're always reminded about what was here over the last 80 years, 90 years. A great story to tell, and this is just the next step in that legacy.
Do you think this outcome sets a precedent for the Gold Coast in terms of preserving future buildings of a historical nature?
Particularly the Gold Coast, it's very important to preserve the classic 1950s beachfront house and beachfront shack, and this is the classic 1960s bookend left over from the old theatre, and preserving that and adaptively reusing as retail and apartments is a great way to show other developers what can be done on the Gold Coast and anywhere else, really.
Well, John, when I first saw the plans come through a couple of weeks ago, I was pretty excited. So I think you've done a fantastic job. So congratulations, and I can't wait to see it come to fruition.
Me too. Thanks.
Thanks, John.